I'm a third generation to a Holocaust survivor. I'm the grandson of a Holocaust survivor. My neighbor, my Tan Angres, is still being held hostage in Gaza. And after October 7th, I felt the duty to commemorate what happened, to commemorate the atrocities, as I already foresaw what was about to happen. I was already seeing the international denial that we would experience. It was important for me not only to commemorate the atrocities for generations to come, but also to make sure to remember what happened to those human beings who were there on the ground.
Tell us a bit about the process, because when you think about writing history, you wait a few, even decades, and then you look back. Tell us about the process, basically writing history as it's happening.
So this is complicated. Obviously, it has to be very intense. The purpose was to get it out as fast as possible, but also to make sure that it is completely verified. And so I was working with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Diaspora and the police and women organizations that were assigned on behalf of Israel to investigate sexual assaults from October 7th, to make sure that all testimonies have been completely verified. And obviously, there would always be more testimonies. And the question is where to stop. There would always be more. And I did stop when I felt that I covered most, let's say, incidents of October 7th, most locations. I covered stories and testimonies about children, about elderly, about sexual abuse of men and women as well, from the party, from the kibbutzim. And I do believe that the significance of such a book is mainly to make sure that we commemorate those families of the victims, the survivors, the stories, their testimonies, as we owe it to them.
And then comes the debate, the discussion regarding the censorship. What do you write, what do you not? In terms of the details, the graphic details, tell us a bit about that.
So I can tell you that I basically shared the testimonies that I received, and I was not censoring them, I was not filtering them. I provided all the information, the graphic information, as challenging as it is, while trying to be as sensitive as possible towards the survivors and their families. I believe that in order to convey the message, in order to make sure that the international community doesn't deny what happens, it's important to provide all the details, as hard as they are. I can give you an example from the book about two people basically that were found tied up to a mattress, and they were tied up using metal wires that were inserted through their stomachs into their bodies by the terrorists. And obviously this is one testimony out of dozens of testimonies that I share in the book, as graphic as they are, because I believe it's nearly a year since October 7th, and we're already experiencing such huge denial, worldwide denial. So just imagine what is going to happen in 50 years from now. So in order to make sure we fight and combat denial and anti-Semitism, we have to provide all the proofs and all the evidence and all the testimonies we have, because we shouldn't apologize for what happens to us. We are not the evil ones, and we have to commemorate it.